Thank you for joining me for Sefer HaMitzvos lesson 61. So we're in the middle of this long section going through the mitzvah of calculating the months. Positive mitzvah number 153. We started it yesterday, and like I said, we're going to continue it for a little bit longer. We've got 5 more days of this mitzvah of positive 153, and it's because there's a lot of chapters devoted to this one mitzvah in Mishnah Torah. So we mentioned yesterday that we have an obligation to calculate the months and the years, and that is coming from Exodus 12:2, which says this month shall be the beginning of months. So there's the mitzvah that's written is that you got to calculate the beginning of the religious calendar, starting with the month of Nisan. And the reason, obviously, why this mitzvah has to be given is because that wasn't considered the beginning of months at that time. The beginning of months, actually, the Rosh Hashanah is when the year typically would have started, and the tradition is that that's because that's when the world started. Obviously, you go back enough years, then it has to be that whatever the beginning of the year has to be when the beginning of time was, obviously. But we're commanded that with that we calculate our years starting at Nisan 1, which is the time that we came out of Egypt in the month of Nisan. Um, so um, so then the fact that we are calculating this month, Nisan, last month, and that's the beginning of months indicates that we're supposed to be calculating the months so that when we come back around, we're going to have that month also marked, because we need to know the months, not just because of time reasons, so that what time of the year it is, etc. We also need to know in order to keep certain days on the proper day. So holidays, Shabbos, obviously. Um, well, who is obligated to this mitzvah? The mitzvah is that Israel is to do this. Each person can't be coming up with their own answer. This is not everybody has their own Torah, and everybody gets to do whatever they think is right. This is a mitzvah for the government of the religious government to handle, and that is the Sanhedrin. And so the Sanhedrin is the one to sanctify the month. And until then, we don't know when the month would start. It doesn't start until it's sanctified. And there's more nuance to that, but the people, though, do have a role to play in that. So the Sanhedrin is going to calculate out ahead of time when the new month should begin, and then they congregate and they wait, expecting that there are going to be witnesses who come, and the witnesses have seen the moon during the daytime, and so they can see it any point when the moon is visible during the day, They see the moon, then they travel to the Sanhedrin, and the Sanhedrin meets with them and inquires with them as to how did it look, etc. And so the people determine the beginning of the month by being the witnesses to the court. The court says that makes sense. This is the time that we calculated, and then the court actually sanctifies the day. There are things that do happen in the court if they don't ever receive witnesses, but due to atmosphere or whatever. But so generally, it is the court that sanctifies the month ultimately, but with the witness of anyone who sees the moon. And it's a very interesting section of the of Mishnah Torah, and is found also in the Mishnah, etc., regarding how this went down. And maybe we'll talk about that a little bit more in the coming days. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day in every way.